Book 317. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels, and today I'm going to tell you guys about the 3 gods of the Underworld Part 2. That's right, the 3 gods of the Underworld Part 2. But what is Matthew Daniels talking about? A long time ago, in the 3 gods of the Underworld Part 1, the child thanked the student and told him that if he wanted to get out of the underworld, he had to go towards the mountain made of bones. The student watched the child disappear and escape the underworld, and he ran off towards the mountain made of bones. When he reached it, he saw another child crying, and he wondered what he would have to do in order to get this second child to help him. "Child," the student said, "can you help me find my way out of this place?" The child began to cry and said that he was not creative enough to help him. He said that he was trapped in the underworld himself, and he needed to complete an impossible task before he could escape. The child said that a group of mischievous spirits had traveled throughout the earth, robbing graveyards of thousands of bones. They then brought those bones to the underworld and piled them up indiscriminately into the mountains in front of them. This desecration troubled the spirits of the humans in the afterlife, and the disturbance of their bones caused them torment and discomfort. The child said that it was his task to put the bones back together, one by one, and rebuild the forms of those who were disrespected by the mischievous spirits. Once he did this, the spirits of the deceased would once again find peace in the afterlife, and the child could escape the underworld. The student said that he would help him put the bones back together if he would help to guide him out. The child agreed, and the student immediately put himself to figuring out this most difficult task. The student said, "I believe I have an idea. In all things that we must do, we must take an organized approach. If we organize the task before us into smaller, more manageable tasks, I am sure that we can put the bones back together." The student then told the child that the first thing they must do is organize the bones. The two of them began separating the bones into 2 piles. One pile was female bones and one pile was male bones. Then, working with the pile of female bones first, they made 1 pile of skulls, 1 pile of hands, 1 pile of feet, and 1 pile of thigh bones. Eventually, they had several piles of different body parts, and from there, they were able to painstakingly begin putting each individual body back together as if they were fitting together the pieces of a puzzle. It was not easy, but soon the student and the child had rebuilt the bodies of all of the females, and they then set out to rebuild the males. They did this in the same manner as they rebuilt the females, and over time, the pair had reconstructed every single human from the mountain of bones. When they completed their task, the spirits of the people appeared and thanked them, and each one of them picked up their bones and carried them off to be buried again. The child thanked the student and told him that if he wanted to get out of the underworld, he had to go towards the hill made of flesh. The student watched the child disappear and escape the underworld, and he ran off towards the hill made of flesh. When he reached it, he saw another child crying, and he wondered what he would have to do in order to get this third child to help him. To be continued in the 3 gods of the Underworld Part 3. And so, the morning motivation of today is the 3 gods of the Underworld Part 2. In life, you will constantly be faced with tasks which seem too big for you to tackle. The secret to completing these monumental tasks is to organize them into smaller, more manageable tasks that will get you to your desired end result. When making a goal, you have to always be able to see the big picture. But the trick is understanding that the big picture is really a collage of many smaller pictures. Today, do not feel overwhelmed with what you must accomplish in life. Break those big things down into multiple smaller things, and always strive to do that which is good. And remember, you are awesome, you are amazing, you are wonderful, and you are great. And you are going to change the world. I just hope I'm still alive to see it, family. I'm out. Good morning. To order books in the Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels book series, search Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels on Amazon.com or visit www.dandyandbigherm.com.